All right, how you doing? It is the radio guide, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to the Monday morning edition of the Mike Prince Show right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network, coming to you Monday through Fridays, each and every day, with the world of HBCU and beyond. Of course, our Twitter and Instagram handles, as well as the Facebook handle, is the Mike Prince Show. It's all running together. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network, and the website is obnradio.com. And without any further delay, we'll jump right into today's episode. I'd like to give a congratulations to Kadaro Hodge as he continues to make his mark in the NFL, getting a reception yesterday with the Los Angeles Rams as they and the Kansas City Chiefs remain the only undefeated teams in the NFL. And upon his reception, there was a shout out to Prairie View A&M University, and I'm pretty sure everyone that was watching that went to another feel-good level, seeing Brother Kadaro Hodge do his thing. And of course, in the SWAC this weekend, Alabama A&M starting to let its presence be known. But what about the Alabama State Hornets taking down the Braves during homecoming? We'll talk a little bit about that, as well as the shape up for this week's events in the world of SWAC and MEAC football. But of course, the news of present, or what would be trending right now, will be that Fred Washington was named athletic director for Prairie View A&M University Panthers about midday, or mid-afternoon, I should say, Friday afternoon, during the bye week for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. So Fred Washington has received the nod, and with that, we'll see the direction in which Prairie View will now head. Of course, this will be the second time around that Fred Washington has been in that position of athletic director. Of course, this time the interim basis is removed, and he will be fully in operational day-to-day duties as athletic director. He will not be in the position of auxiliary services any longer. That will be filled by someone else to be named later. We are scheduling and have reached out, wanted to get him live today, but we'll be working on a live interview with Fred Washington on Tuesday, October the 9th. And that will be live 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show for the confirmation and the latest and the greatest on that. So there are going to be a lot of humming and buzzing, some pros and some cons. One thing about life, you're never going to please everyone, and you're not going to disappoint everyone as well. Some could love what you do and how you do things, and others can just despise the fact that you're breathing. So we'll get a chance to sit down with the PV alum, Fred Washington, and talk to him about the future plans of Prairie View Athletics. Speaking of Prairie View Athletics, soccer standings right now, as believe it or not, they're midway through their season as well. And on top of the soccer rankings right now, they don't have it set up as you would in football or baseball with the East and the West. The unique thing about soccer and volleyball is that you are all jumbled in together. So for the soccer standings, you have Texas Southern, who's at the top of the food chain. They're 5-0. Grambling is 4-1. Howard University 4-1. Prairie View A&M University 3-1. Alabama A&M is 4-2. Alabama State is also 4-2. University of Arkansas Pine Bluff is 1-2. Southern Jags are 1-4. Jackson Southern Tigers are 1-5. And the Mississippi Valley Devilettes are 0-4. Alcorn is at the bottom of the food chain right now, coming in at 0-5. That is your soccer standings right now, midway point, as they get ready to circle around the bend to get ready for the soccer tournament, which will be held on the campus of Prairie View. No, it won't be. Yes, it will be held at the campus of Prairie View A&M University. I was thinking about the volleyball tournament. The volleyball tournament will be held at Mississippi Valley State University. Moving on into the world of volleyball, our standings right now, the Lady Bulldogs are at the top of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. They're 9-0 in conference play. Overall record, they're 13-12. Alabama State is at 6-2 in conference, 9-15 overall. Jackson State 5-2 in conference play, 7-15 overall. Texas Southern's at 5-3 in conference play, 8-13 overall. Prairie View comes in, they're 4-4 in conference play, 4-16 overall. Alcorn's at 3-5 conference, 5-12 overall. Grambling State Lady Tigers 2-5, 5-17 overall. Southern University's at 1-5 in conference play, 2-13 overall. University of Arkansas Pine Bluff comes in at 1-6 in SWAC play, 3-15 overall. And the Lady Devilettes on the hardwood for volleyball, 0-6 in conference play, 2-18 in overall play. And of course, you know that we feature Blinn Buccaneer football right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Part of our coverage is that we provide for the community and abroad. The Buccaneers came in ranked at number 11. We're hosting the New Orleans, Northeastern Oklahoma Norsemen, who came in ranked at number 6. Blinn was victorious by the score of 56-28, and we'll now hear from the Blinn's report of football, volleyball, and much more.
This is Tara Dreyer, the Blinn College Sports Information Director, calling in to report Blinn's weekend update. Saturday, October 6th, Blinn College football team that's ranked number 11 in the country upset number 8 Northeastern Oklahoma A&M by the score of 56-28. The win marks the first time Blinn football has defeated Northeastern Oklahoma A&M since 2015. Blinn totaled over 300 rushing yards, led by Devin McAdoo with 137 yards on 9 carries, and Carlos Grace followed with 97 yards on 10 carries for 2 touchdowns. On defense, the Buccaneers came up with 3 turnovers that all led to touchdowns. And Ginsella, Amaramo Noel, and Deldrick Shields each recovered a fumble, and Darian Holmes caught 1 reception. Quarterback Devon Boyd completed 10 of 20 passes for 205 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Corey Henderson received 1 touchdown pass for 56 yards. Corey Smith received 2 touchdown passes for 16 yards and 54 yards, and Brock Landis completed 2 of 4 passes for 75 yards and 1 touchdown. In addition, Joe Oliver on the offensive line recovered a fumble and scored for Blinn in the end zone. There was 1 defensive touchdown when Deldrick Shields recovered a fumble and took it into the end zone. So that was a 56-28 final as number 11 Blinn upset number 8 Northeastern Oklahoma A&M. In addition, we had 2 volleyball games in the Cruzy Center. The Buccaneers swept Frank Phillips 3-0. They won the first set 25-15, the second set 25-14, and the third set 25-11. They then finished the Blinn tournament by losing to number 5 Navarro College 3-2. They lost the first 2 sets 22-25 and 17-25. They won the third and fourth sets 25-17 and 25-19, and then they fell to the number 5 team in the nation 13-15 to conclude the tournament. They concluded the tournament with a 3-1 record, and they swept 3 opponents. So we had a good weekend here in Brenham, Texas, and we really appreciate everything that Open Mic Broadcast Network does for the Buccaneers and their coverage. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.
So the Blinn Buccaneers improved their record to 5-1. We'll see the latest posting to see how they move up on the rankings. They came in at number 11. As you remember, they started out the season at number 8. So they might be somewhere right back where they started from once everything gets done. But remember, you can check out Blinn's football broadcast coverage exclusively right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, along with Coach Ryan Mahon and his feedback of X's and O's, as well as other activities going on in the world of athletics at Blinn Junior College. The next broadcast coverage for the Buccaneers will be on October 20th at 3 p.m. against Kilgore. However, before that, the Bucs will travel to Cisco on October 13th with a 3 p.m. kickoff, as they'll try to continue to move up in the rankings of the National Junior College Athletic Association. Now to the world of SWAC and MEAC ups and downs on the week that was. But before we do that, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Each team starts their journey on separate roads, but they all converge to one road to the championship. There will be revenge and redemption. There'll be an Aggie and Eagle standoff. There'll be Bulldogs and Bears colliding with Tigers and Spartans. Hornets fighting off Bison and Wildcats rattling the Rattlers. The road has twists and turns, and when it ends, one thing is certain. Only one team will claim the title, MEAC champion.
The birth of legends are storied in this conference. We must never forget our rich history. We now turn our gaze to the future. The new legends will emerge. New heroes to arise. The Southwestern Athletic Conference. Be our history.
And welcome back to the Monday morning edition of the Mike Prince Show here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. When you look at the things as they lay out on paper, it does not matter. You've got to play the game. And I'm speaking in regards of Alcorn and Alabama State doing battle in 5 overtimes, where the Alabama State Hornets were able to hold off the Braves, winning by the score of 28-25. And man, a lot of people are saying this was a boring game to go 5 overtimes and only score 28 points. No, I'm looking at that from a total different perspective. That was a defensive, physical battle. That's the type of football that I personally enjoy. Yes, scoring is fun, scoring is exciting, but I love strategic, physical, defensive games. And you have to will yourself to victory at times, and that's apparently what Alabama State did this past weekend against the Alcorn State Braves. With the Alcorn State Braves losing and the Texas Southern Tigers not having an answer for Alabama A&M as they came to Houston and doubled up on the Tigers, if you would, winning by the score of 42-21, which sets up now a very intriguing matchup this week between the Bulldogs and the Alcorn State Braves. That, by far, is going to be our game of the week, along with the Prairie View Southern battle that is scheduled to take place at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. The first home game for Prairie View A&M University has been a long time coming. Road Warriors for the first 6 weeks got a week to rest up, and it's exciting times on the Hill. Other things that are shaping up in the world of MEAC, Florida A&M and North Carolina A&T will do battle this week. That will be our MEAC game of the week. Both teams coming off of wins. More impressively, though, is that FAMU got a shutout, 17-0 victory, as they turn their eyes from what has been considered an offensive explosion to some defensive stability and stinginess. And that will be an epic battle this coming weekend between the North Carolina A&T Aggies and the FAMU Rattlers. I want to remind you that our 24-hour message line is available to you for you to call in, leave your questions, comments, concerns, or even complaints, suggestions, whatever's on your mind, what's on your heart. That number is 713-570-6736. If you would be considerate enough to become a listening partner with us. You can visit our website at obnradio.com, click on the PayPal button, and become a listening partner today. We ask if you would join forces with us at 17 cents a day. It's only $5 a month, $60 for the year, and it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Well, my time has come where I must exit stage left. Remember to keep up with me on Twitter today at The Mike Prince Show. We'll confirm if we'll have Fred Washington live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Until the next time, you guys be blessed. I am the radio guy, the doctor, Mike Prince, and we'll see you on the other side.